Hey everybody, this is Harley here, and I'm bringing you my very first hero guide. This is Orisa, the main tank that you probably hear a lot of bad things about. PC is the primary platform for this game, and most people make PC, guides, and they have their own opinions. However, on console, things are obviously different. And one of the things that's different is characters like Orisa are viable. You just have to know how to use them properly. So you might be asking yourself, what are my qualifications here? Who's this guy coming on here showing footage from what looks to be Diamond gameplay on console, wanting to tell us how we play Orisa? Well, yes, I was in Diamond at the time of this the video footage. However, that is, elo hell, it does exist. I am a solo queuer. So every once in a while you have days where it doesn't matter what you do. Had a game 48-5, still lost. It happens, Anyway, I am currently sitting at Grandmaster, and yes, I do still use Orisa in Grandmaster play. It is a lot of fun, and some people get tilted because they only watch the PC videos, and it is what it is. But we're going to go over her weapons and some of the basic stuff on how you can use her a little more effectively. Okay, so we'll start off with her primary weapon. That's called the Fusion Driver. This bad boy will lay out 150 rounds in 12.5 seconds. There's 12 DPS per bullet. That's 1800 damage in 12.5 seconds. If you compare this to, say, Soldier 76, in the time it takes him to shoot, for Orisa to shoot her 150 rounds, Soldier 76 is going to pump out 3 full clips with reload time in it, and he's only going to pump out 1500 damage. So she's capable of putting out even more damage than Soldier. So, I mean, that's a lot of damage. Now, in the PTR right now, that's currently being nerfed for both of them, from Orisa's from 12 per bullet to 10, Soldier from 20 to 19. So the numbers are going to change a little bit, but she'll still be putting out more potential damage than Soldier. But with every upside, there's a downside. She is a projectile-based shooter, so unlike Soldier, who can, as soon as he's aiming at you, he's getting, he's hitting you with his shots. Orisa's bullets are gonna, you always need to lead the shots. If you don't, you're not gonna hit your target, and all that potential damage output is worthless. And now we're going to move on to her abilities, starting with her Protective Barrier. It is a 900 HP barrier with a 20-second duration and a 12-second cooldown. However, it is in the PTR right now with a buff to that cooldown to 8 seconds, which is absolutely fantastic for Orisa to help her really be more tanky and block more damage for her team. There are so many ways that this barrier can be used because, unlike Reinhardt, or you can place this barrier anywhere. Most people do this the wrong way, and they just drop it right in front of where Orisa is and where you're fighting. But your job as a tank is to keep more people alive, right? Well, you want to put your barrier up in positions where it's going to cover most of your team. Throw it in the middle of a choke. Even if you're staying back fighting a little bit, you can put it up ahead of you more. And that's really how you get more bang out of your buck for that shield. We'll move on to Fortify, which is a pretty basic ability of hers. It will reduce 50% of the damage taken for 4 seconds while active, and it will eliminate any body moving effects. You can't be stunned, you can't be put to sleep, you can't be booped at all. You're stationary when you reinforce. Now, this ability is extremely strong. I mean, Tracer's Pulse Bomb can't kill you if you fortify and you're at full health or anywhere over 200. Junkrat's Riptire, if you're over 300 HP and you fortify, it won't kill you. I mean, you can take massive damage when you're fortified. It's pretty ridiculous. And the next thing up is her Halt, which to me is probably the coolest ability in the entire game. You can use this in so many different ways, which I'll get into a lot more about in the advanced guide. But one thing, when you're using the Halt, it's basically like a mini graviton. You launch it out, and then you can detonate it, pressing the left trigger again. When you detonate it, you want to do that when you see the green lines are actually attached to people. If they're not, it's not going to pull anybody in anywhere. And it will not pull them to the center, just to the outside of it. It helps you get boops off maps, put people out of position. So many amazing things you can do with Halt. And the last thing we're going to talk about here is her Supercharger. This is a 200 HP device that when you drop it, gives every single teammate in line of sight a 50% damage increase. And if that's the equivalent to a nano boost damage increase for every single teammate in line of sight. When you pop this sucker down, you wipe the enemy team almost instantly. So I just want to thank you guys for watching this video. To see more, check out the advanced guide, and don't forget to like and subscribe.